this nation. The black star right in the middle of our flag is in honor of the black star line. At the same time, black people, and at the same time, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, who was born today, my brother, my sister, in 1887. That's the 17th of August, 1887. My brother, my sister. Soon, Marcus Garvey is going to be celebrated all over the world because he was a man who taught black. He lived black. And the nation of Islam, my brother, my sister, credits it all to the principles, opinions, and legacies of Marcus Garvey. The nation of Islam decided to model the same using Marcus Garvey's UNIA. My brother, my sister, as it stands right now, we are honoring the great Marcus Mosiah Garvey. The Universal Negro Improvement Association, my brother, my sister, was something that would ever be credited to black people in the diaspora and also to black people all over the world. Marcus Garvey stood black and he spoke black. Today I have in the studio a very good brethren of mine. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This was a brethren when I first came to Accra, very, very early in those days. There was supposed to be a Bob Marley concert right here in Accra. The Bob Marley Day, they call it the Africa Unite concert. And Bob Marley's children were supposed to fly all the way down to Accra. Rita Marley single-handedly put everything into his hands and said, you know what? Run the thing. In fact, he was one of the very few who believed in my talent. He was one of the very few who invited me over. I was so fresh in Accra. He invited me and said, you know what? I need you to play on this concert. We're supposed to present 10 artists from Ghana. And he chose me as one of those artists. I remember he had threats from other artists telling him, yo, why did you not put me on? You have disrespected me and so on and so forth. But he stood firm, pushed me on the show. I came up on the show. I remember we played at the trade fair. Oh my God. And everyone said, who is this new artist? My brother, my sister, Ras Ariel is my guest in the studio today. Ras Ariel, how are you doing?
I'm wonderful, my brother, and give thanks for that recollection.
Oh my God. It's been a long time. I mean, the last time I saw you, your beard was all black.
You see, likewise your own.
Exactly that. All right, so we are celebrating Marcus Garvey. Yes, Marcus Garvey. And I see that you are somebody who loves Marcus Garvey so much.
Indeed.
Tell me, what exactly about Marcus Garvey inspires you?
There's a number of things. You know, first of all, he says back to Africa. And really and truly, that whole meditation is what got me here. It's the fact that I saw his star on your flag that made me choose Ghana.
Oh, wow.
Indeed, not just myself, but most of us. I mean, as we are coming up in the culture, at the time, I didn't even cite His Majesty properly. But I know the colors, I know what it means, and I know, well, if that country is representing those images, then that must be where we need to be. Right, so that was just the basics. But then to go further and to dig into his philosophy, the man talked about doing for self.
What?
Yeah, more than anything, that sit with me, that resonates with me. You will never hear him complain about the conqueror. He will tell you about his characteristics and why you should match him, if not defeat him. Otherwise, you might just be annihilated. Life is not guaranteed any race. So unless we protect what is ours and do what we must, we will otherwise be at the subjugation of another people, as we are now as a country.
Oh my God, have mercy. So you chose Ghana because of Marcus Garvey's black star line right in the middle of the flag.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, it shows that the founders of this nation was about what we're about. And so we just decided we might as well align with that.
Prince Ariel, tell me, what nation are you from originally?
Ethiopia originally, as we all are. But if you want to speak specifics, my people come out of Trinidad, and I was born in Brooklyn, New York, East Flatbush to be exact.
This is 3FM.
Did you hear that? Coming all the way from Trinidad. He was born in Brooklyn, right there in America. My brother, he left everything on the streets and decided to walk home. Why did I use the word walk? Because it's not easy to leave all these things behind. There is a certain force that normally wants to pull you back. And it was Marcus Garvey's force that pushed him out. Back to Africa, he is saying, oh my God. Now, since you came home, tell me, what has been the experience like? Were you disappointed when you first came in? Did you expect that it was going to be like this?
Well, naturally, we have expectations that weren't met. That's normal. That'll happen just about anywhere, anytime you do anything. So there were some disappointments, and of course, we encountered some challenges. But we recognize as a man that challenges meets every man. And the challenges that we met were not sufficient to dissuade us. So we faced them, we conquered them, and we are here 25 years strong.
What were the challenges?
Oh, the challenges are many, my brother. And I mean, they're worth citing, but, you know, like I said, challenges face us everywhere. And I was just talking to a brother from the States. I have a group of people in right now. And I said, as many challenges as I face, I wouldn't want their challenges. I wouldn't exchange it for the world. So I take mines and I ride with them.
Since you returned home, have you been going to and fro Trinidad, America?
Nah, brethren. I'm not one that feels comfortable back in the lands of my oppressors, those who kept me captive. I'm fully aware that they can use all kind of laws to impose captivity on I again, and I prize my freedom.
This is 3FM.
Yeah, I really and truly enjoy the life that I lead here, and I wouldn't even risk it to go back for anything, really.
Prince Ariel,
Yes, sir.
Ras Ariel, are you telling me that you left America, left Trinidad, came over to Ghana on the wings of the philosophies of Marcus Garvey, arrived in Ghana and refused to go back to America even for a visit?
Yeah, and that's not so difficult to understand. I mean, like I said, what we deal with on that side is real, and anybody that gets out of it is really not likely to want to face it again.
A lot of my listeners are going to be saying, whoa, why wouldn't he exchange this opportunity so that we can fly to America, we can go to Trinidad, and we can pick up the gold on the streets of America? What do you have to tell them?
My brother, travel and see. I can't tell you anything because obviously you know what you want. I can't really dissuade. I think it's for everyone to see for themselves exactly what the world is like. I'm not even against those who think it's a good idea to travel. Travel and see. But I'm sure you will decide, as I've decided, that this is a better place for us all.
There's a last question I'm going to ask you in this line of questioning. When did you decide that you wanted to leave? What was the last push? What did you see that made you say, hey, look, next summer, I'm out of here. Or next day, I'm out of here. I'm going to Africa.
Like you said, there's a straw that breaks every camel's back. For mine, I had my 2-month-old daughter, my firstborn, in my hands. And at the time, I was standing outside my window, standing in front of the window, faced outside to my front of my house, and there was a brother, drunk, waving a semi-automatic. He was in an argument with another brother, and he was literally waving it because he wasn't steady. And I realized that could just pop off and end up in my window with my daughter in hand. And it was enough for me to say, and of course that was just a straw. It was enough for me to say, this is nonsense, we gotta get out of here.
He was holding a gun.
Yeah.
Drunk.
Drunk.
And he was waving it around.
Right.
That bullet could have come out of it. You felt that that was it. Did you know anybody in Ghana at the time that you were returning home?
No, actually, I didn't know anyone.
Wow. So it was a leap?
Of faith.
Of faith.
Indeed.
And when you moved out and arrived in Ghana, where did you go?
Right. So I have a brethren in the States, Ras Lumumba, who actually guided me, who actually was my mentor at the time. And he showed me that he had people and that I should link up with them. And that's what I did. They were my first meet and greets, and they guided me small. And with time, I got to know the right ones, and I moved and navigated on until I found myself very comfortable.
What did you do with your family? Did you leave your family behind, your daughter?
Can't leave my family behind, brethren. I did bring my family. I brought my family, and in fact, it wasn't long after. It wasn't for them. My first wife couldn't really adjust to the challenges that we faced here, and she decided that it would be better for us to return.
Wow.
And she did.
Oh, she went back.
She did.
And you stayed?
I did.
So what happened to your love?
Love never dies, but it multiplies. And I was able to find yet another beautiful empress and start another family.
How about your children?
My children are my heart. And
This is 3FM.
And we are making a way for them.
Ras Ariel is my guest. Oh my God. He is a strong believer of Marcus Mosiah Garvey. You could call him a Garveyite. Oh, my brother. He chose Ghana because of that black star in the middle. And when he arrived in this country, he came on the wings of the philosophies and opinions of Marcus Garvey, before he even discovered His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie I. From that time, he has been in this country. How easy was it for you to adapt and also to start business?
Well, the adoption was, I would say, moderately easy. On the ground, even though there might be resistance from up top, on the ground, the people love I, and they've shown I nothing but support. And so we were embraced by true hearts, and it's really those that carried I forward and enabled I to learn, to navigate, and eventually set up business. And again, it's the same people, not the exact same individuals, but it's the same people who have supported I and carried I, my staff, my team. They're my backbone. And so we're able to move because we have that kind of support.
Interesting. Now, you came in on the wings of the philosophies of Marcus Garvey, a great man that I love, will continue to love till the end of time, if there's anything like that. Do you think Marcus Garvey has been celebrated enough around the world and also in Ghana?
Definitely not, but it's expected. It's like Nkrumah doesn't get celebrated enough right here in his home. So men of certain caliber are generally unsung heroes. It is those of us who recognize their caliber and their worth who have to rise to the occasion and make our children in particular, because if there's any inspiration, it's for me to make my youth aware of the fact that this is your ancestor. It is his shoulders that we stand on. The youth that I have here that are born here, they take it for granted that they are born here. That couldn't have been possible if I wasn't inspired to come here. And it is on this man's shoulders that we stand. So they need to know. And so we are responsible for making that happen.
Interesting. Now, I mean, we have had a lot of Marcus Garvey celebrations year after year. We have some that have had some awards, left, right, and center, entertainment, and all that. Now, in your own way, I realize that you also putting up a Marcus Garvey celebration. In fact, it's a Marcus Garvey Day exhibition. And you are going to be doing exactly what?
Well, I'm not the only one who has repatriated. There are quite a few of us. And those of us are pretty much like myself, all inspired by Garvey. He set the movement in motion. And now that we are here, we understand that while he said it, he wasn't able to repatriate himself. We are his descendants, and we have actually taken up the mantle, and we are here. Now that we are here, we have to show, what are we doing with this opportunity? We have to show not only him as our forebearer, but our kith and kin, those of us on the land. We have to show, well, you have accepted us. You have granted us citizenship. You have recognized who we are. Let us show you what we're doing with this opportunity. So I've invited various business owners, organization owners to come and display the works that they are doing in the land.
Wow.
That's why we call it an exhibition.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Wow. So I'm told that it's a free entry.
Absolutely.
Interesting. And it's going to be all about Marcus Garvey, right?
Well, yes, indeed. When we say all about Marcus Garvey, you see, like you mentioned, there are other programs going on. And some tend to like to maybe repeat his speeches and maybe talk about, so forth. We prefer to have an environment that is based on the philosophies, in that we are showing actual works. We are going to have people give tributes, and those tributes are going to be like 5, maybe 10-minute tributes, just to say, this is how I was inspired. This is how I want to show my gratitude to him. This is what I have to say. We have selected people, so they are specialists in oratory translation. And then, of course, we have music playing in the background. We have some DJs coming in from Yard and one from Barbados. So it's going to be a vibe, with the exhibition going on. It's going to be like an all-day festival. We have a children's park, so when your children are there, they can go to that side and chill. It's going to be the kind of place and the kind of time that you can come 12 o'clock in the day and relax until 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening before you go home. Of course, food and drinks is going to be on sale. And
interesting.
Yes, I.
Oh, my God. So it's all about the Marcus Garvey Day exhibition. Oh, my God. And the celebration of Marcus. And I hear this one is happening at the Crotes residence.
Crotes residence is in Aubry. It's just after John Kama. It's on the roadside directly in front of Little Acre or opposite Hillbury, for anybody that knows that area. But it's on Google Maps, so it's easy to find.
So it's Crotes residence, Aubry Road, opposite Hillbury.
Yes,
And remember to be there so you can celebrate Marcus Garvey. But Prince Ariel, tell me, why was it important to have another Marcus Garvey Day celebration when we've had 1 and 2 already running?
Well, everyone in their expression, like you're an artist, so every person expresses themselves differently. I have a way that I like to do things. I enjoy events a certain way. Like I just mentioned, there won't be a whole lot of talking at this event because I'm not one that likes to be preached to, nor do I feel the necessity to preach. I rather like to enjoy vibes, and I like to create a setting where everybody can, enjoy themselves. I want it to be enjoyable, and yet I want it to be an opportunity to network and do business, and yet I want it to be an opportunity where you can be elevated. There will be quotes from the man. There will be a lot of evidence of his works and his philosophy, but at the same time, it will be in such a way that we think will be most enjoyable for those that attend.
Interesting. And remember, entry is free, and it starts at 11 a.m. and then it terminates just around 9 p.m. is Crotes residence. And remember, it's all about Marcus Garvey today in the African history class. Oh my God, have mercy. Such a great man, wonderful man. Prince Ariel, how long have you been in Ghana?
It's 25 years this year.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? 25 solid years. He packed bag and baggage, left America, left Trinidad behind, and came over all the way on repatriation to this beautiful country today called Ghana to contribute to the upliftment and also to honor the wonderful spirit of Marcus Garvey. Oh, what a day, what a day, what a day, what a day. And this event is happening on the 18th of August, a day after Marcus Garvey's birthday. That's going to be on Sunday, right?
Exactly.
Wow. And entry is free. Prince Ariel, if you have any other thing to add, please let it flow.
I just want to say I'm looking forward to seeing the Pan-African family and their numbers. We look forward to creating like a family reunion type of vibe. So come check. There is one thing. The one who introduced me to Marcus Garvey was my 4th grade teacher.
Oh, wow.
Really. And in my entire career of education, between 1st and 12th and on to university, that name never came up anywhere else.
Wow.
Right. Well, that woman is in Ghana with me right now.
Oh, wow.
Ma Dadisi is her name, and I'm just so happy to have her that I have to shout her out.
Oh, my God.
Yes, I.
Oh, beautiful. And she was your teacher in school?
She was my 4th grade teacher.
This is 3FM.
Do you have any contact, just in case some people miss their way and they want to call you and come over, because I don't see any contact on the flyer?
Yeah, we did that intentionally. If you want to get some more information, though, you can go to earth-seed.com and you'll see a link to Marcus Garvey Day. All the information is there. You can actually get a number from that page too, but I think you'll see everything is there for you.
So Earth-Seed, as you see on the shirt right here, earth.seed.com. And you will find all the information there. I want to say thank you so much, Ras Ariel, for coming on the show. I'm so much honored. But I'm going to give you an opportunity to play any Marcus Garvey song of your choice.
Right. Well, we got to go with Burning Spear, because that's the man who never let us forget.
All right, so I'm going to be playing. Do you have any special one? I have old Marcus Garvey here, which I could play. But if you have any other one, I'll gladly play it.
No, go with old Marcus.
Old Marcus Garvey. I love it too. I'm going